There was the February auto sales. They report that it rose to the highest level in 4 years. You know, they talk about U.S. auto sales rose nearly 16% in February. But they but then they also go on to say that they're loaning again to people with credit scores that are very low, and that almost anybody now can get a car loan. So are we going back to that subprime?
We sure are. And another thing, too, is that the reason it was so high was not vehicles sold. It was vehicles delivered to the agencies that are got automobiles and trucks coming out of the zoo.
Yeah, fleets. Do you mean fleets?
I never bought many cars because once I settled on a Mercedes, that's all I owned for many years. And you know, back in the 60s and 70s and 80s, if you owned a Mercedes, it usually went up in value each year. And then in the 90s, they started leasing, and they destroyed the whole market.
Mm-hmm.
They destroyed their market. I never bought another Mercedes again. Because, you know, it was like any other car. You know, you walk out the door, and you paid, let's say, $50,000 for it. It was worth $35,000. Now, that's still true today with all other kind of vehicles. But the point is, it was not that way with Mercedes prior to that. And I had cars I kept for 30 years. And I always managed to, you know, be able to buy them very cost effectively. But I think in America today, you know, when October, November rolls around, if you need a car and you want to get a new one, you buy the last year's model for $10,000 off.
Yeah.
And what's wrong with that?
Or you buy back the leased vehicles. But you know what's something else a lot of these, like Mercedes did? I mean, they started manufacturing lower quality vehicles. So
that came along with it. You're right about that. And they learned a good lesson for that. It doesn't work.
I don't know what the percentage is now compared to what it was, but you know, but yeah, they started producing a lot. And I don't know if BMW did the same. Cadillac really didn't. They tried, and they always failed. I can't remember.
Everybody fails.
No, Cadillac tried to create that one back in the 80s, I believe. I can't remember the name of it, but it was unsuccessful. So, and any final thoughts?